Ah, yes, of course. Solar Farm keeps Mr. Rubio off the grid and maintains his credentials as friend of the environment. Not much we can do to it here. If we want to cut off the power, there are better ways to do it. Must be from a time before Mr. Rubio came to the island. Leave it in peace, I think. Often on dry land. It must have become beached. You know, I think I have met such a creature once before. Years ago, I was abducting CEO of Lumbank from cruise ship not so far from here. And actually, never mind. I do not wish to speak ill of the dead. Jetty. Very picturesque. You put the sepia filter on this photo, upload to Snapmatic with hashtag authenticity, you're on the road to fame, my friend. Creepy. At least he was not bored when he died. Although seeing this reminds me, I need to pay my IAA tariff. Strange. It must be part of security. I have note of it. Worth experiment when we are here on operation. we have here? Sand sculpture. But it looks familiar, no? I wonder if people here have ever... No, it is not possible. Not this far south. Excuse me, Capitan. I was just thinking out loud. Defenses, very formidable. If you want to turn these off, you will need to disable the control tower you saw. Just a drainage pipe for the fields above you. Not so useful to us. Although, if you drink the water, you may have an unexpectedly good time. Some kind of building under construction. You know, my Auntie Anna used to travel 50 miles to work on a forklift just like this. Not useful, but a test of character. Now, if we could find a working forklift somewhere, that would be different. The Lighthouse. I was wondering if you would come here. Now, bear with me, Capitan. I am thinking outside the box of chocolates. I once ran an operation in Finland where the local lighthouse provided critical strategic advantage. All we will need is oil tanker and live polar bear. You see what I'm thinking, yes? Huh? Bah, no. You are right. It's too cruel to bring polar bear to the Caribbean. Never mind. Moving along. Charming little campsite. Reminds me of my cousin Leo's place. Not so useful for us. Sorry. This gave me flashback to time I got stuck in torpedo tube for a week. My therapist says I will recover in time. Let's move on. That is a view. Not just good for #casual posting on social media either. Also excellent strategic overview of the island. I like the way you are thinking. for a very long time if you are caught. Although it can be survived. I once spent a whole summer in one of these. Let me tell you, the Welsh are a people not to be trifled with. Helipad. Obviously we cannot use this ourselves, but it is a useful reminder. Mr. Rubio has an army and an air force. Judging from the armor, I would say our friend has been here for some time. Perhaps we are not the first adventurers to try to rob these islands. Interesting. A primitive shelter. Perhaps someone was stranded here. I hope they did not ask Mr. Rubio for help. Uses this type of helicopter? IAA. So the rumors were true after all.